Oh shit. Okay, part 2 guys. Today we have another budget range, mid-range budget device, the Huawei PSmart. Sort of an upgrade, or so I've heard, from the previous Huawei P10. Wildly popular device. Came out at the beginning of last year. Took the market by storm. Actually, I think it was 2 years ago, the Huawei P10. Obviously, Huawei has gone on to do bigger and better things, but of course, it still has not forgotten about the products which laid the foundation for its success today. The Huawei PSmart is one such device. For those of you who cannot afford a P20 Pro or even a P20 Lite, this right here is what you can expect to find for not super budget, but sort of mid-range money. That being said, this thing is packing a 5.65 Huawei full view display, 13 plus 2 megapixel dual setup on the back, 3 gigabytes of RAM and 32 gigabytes of storage, quick fingerprint unlocks. All of the basics that you would expect of any modern day smartphone are all there in this device. Let's give it a look, guys. We will crack it open. Let's give it a try. I feel so gangster. Pretty simple packaging, as you can see. Perhaps not as tightly wrapped as the smartwatch, because I'm sure this is not a device which Huawei places that much concern upon. Not that they don't care about the product, but of course there are other products Huawei manufactures that are of much greater importance in bringing more revenue. Sorry guy, I feel like I'm hurting your feelings. Okay, let's open you up, see what you got. See what this brings us. Not bad. I mean, oh wow, nice and sleek. Nice and sleek. So here we have the actual device. Pretty neat setup. Yeah, that's my friend Cledwin. He's a nice guy most of the time. Yeah, just first impressions, just holding this thing, pretty nice. Pretty slim, man. Light as anything. Ponks, hold this. Hold this, Ponks. What say you, my good man? So just for context, we've got another phone that we've had on the channel before, the Xperia XA2 Ultra. Man, you can literally see this. Even the XA2 Ultra just feels a little bit heavier in the hand. This PSmart it almost feels like a toy, but we're gonna give it the benefit of the doubt before we actually fire it up. And we are ready. We have liftoff. Hey, here's a sticker. I hate these people. Icasa, bro. Come on. Icasa, the Independent Communications Authority of South Africa. People that make business a living hell for those of us who are trying to start a tech company. Icasa, if you're watching, please get a hold of us, Zubymart. We would love to market our products more seamlessly in South Africa. That being said, back to the device.
So jokes aside guys, looking at the device when you switch it on, you do see this EMUI user interface, which is probably a custom user interface from Huawei, but getting into the phone you can see it is closer to stock Android than you would expect. That being said, the interface itself is not very different from stock Android. There is the pull down menu from the top and not a lot of bloatware as you might expect from a custom user interface. How one could relay or interpret this is manufacturers probably being a lot more conscious of what customers look for when they buy an Android phone. Of course, a lot of tech tubers out there have also expressed a great need and a desire for more pure Android devices, which are your Android One devices. That being said, Huawei have definitely taken heed of that advice and all of that noise on social media that people have been making. Getting into the camera of the phone as well, you can also see that like the LETV, there were a ton of features that Huawei tried to incorporate into this model. We have landscape and portrait modes with the two different cameras. There's also the ability to put GPS tagging on your pictures before you even upload them to any social media platform. That of course is probably recognition of platforms like Instagram as no longer just spaces where self-affirmation or narcissism persist, but probably as legitimate business tools which people do need and do thrive off. So this phone, with its mid-range capabilities and price tag, still try to accommodate as many of the modern day functions a user might need. All in all, I'd say this device for the price is not the greatest, but again, like the LETV mentioned in the previous video before, it does have all of the capabilities one would need to exist and to carry on in the modern day world, for personal and to a certain extent for business use as well. This phone does cover all of its bases pretty well. Getting back to the camera though, the sharpness and clarity of images are still always there, but like some other devices, like the iPhone XS earlier this year, we do see a lot of smoothing of the skin, something that I personally find a bit weird, but there are those on the more narcissistic side on Instagram and other platforms who would actually enjoy this feature. For the most part, this over-processing of facial features is not desirable for me, and I don't think a lot of people would actually like that. That being said, again, having looked at this phone, seeing most of its features and interacted with its UI, it's pretty safe to say it is a phone worth buying if you do not have the expansive budget for your top tier devices. We do hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and comment on the videos as well. You can press the subscribe button down below. And if you really want to check out more videos, there's also the bell notification icon next to the subscribe button. We will be coming back with more content and hopefully engaging you guys very soon. So we'll see you in the next one. Take care.